the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we are here with the Aces Up Sim Sports Spring 410 Sprint Car Series. We are at the illustrious, the famed, and the beautiful Knoxville Raceway here tonight. Race, what is this? Race number 9? Just 2 races left in the season. Race number 9. I'm your host, KR Stolfus. Qualifying is underway. I'm going to get it all spit out sooner or later. As you can see, the leaderboard has Ryan Avila at the top at a 15.73. With that being said, going to step away for the national anthem. Won't go anywhere. We'll be back with more heat racing action after this.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Heat race number 1 is on the track. Lights are out on the pace truck. So let's get right into the starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1, that is Ryan Avila with Wyatt Schuart to his outside. Row 2, Aiden Forrester and Chase Stewart. Row 3, Cody Bodie and Josh Whiteman. 18 cars registered for the race here tonight. And we are going to see all 18 in our heat races to settle our starting lineup for tonight's event. Here we go. Green flag is out. Avila on the throttle, and he picks up the early lead. Here comes a hard-charging Aiden Forrester. Forrester making a move right there from the bottom to the top. Put him into second spot. Schuart sitting in third and fourth. Wyatt Schuart looks like he got caught napping, falling to fourth place here. Cody Bodie trying to take a chew out of the back bumper. of the one. So it is a battle of the ones. A 1 WS and then just a straight up 1. I don't know if the WS is going to give him extra bonus points here or not, but Schuart still out in front of Cody Bodie. Chase Stewart in the 40 trying to defend against the charge that's developing from Schuart. Meanwhile, at the front, Avila in the 49, Forster in the 20, running first and second. Down the back stretch, 6 laps to go. And Ryan Avila has been out in front of this heat race since the drop of the green flag. Ryan Avila, Aiden Forster, black striped license. Everyone else has that A-class license with a blue stripe. Stewart, third. Cody Bodie finally gets around Wyatt Schuart, but that battle isn't quite done just yet. Schuart fighting back down on the bottom, but Bodie gonna have to run off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. But Schuart not letting it just be taken away from him. He is battling hard, almost making contact there. Schuart working that bottom lane very well. Bodie gets the run off the corner down the straightaway, but Schuart battles back right on the inside. Contact made, and Schuart into the wall. Meanwhile, off of turn number 4, white flag in the air one more time around here in heat race number 1. Cody Bodie is pulled onto pit road, and Schuart continues on. Off of turn number 4, Ryan Avila leading from flag to flag, brings it home in first place. Second, Forster, Stewart, third, Whiteman, Schuart, and Bodie make up the results for heat race number 1. Now we move on to our second and final heat race of the night. Oh no. No, 3 heat races. Sorry, there's 3 heat races. 3 heat races here tonight. Good grief. Do the math correctly, dude. As our drivers are taking to the grid, I do want to take a moment and thank our sponsors here tonight. Joey Lingrun Photography, helping put on our Spring 410 Sprint Car Series. And of course, Advanced Sim Racing and Finishline Race Designs. You can find Finishline Race Designs over on Facebook. And then Advanced Sim Racing, you can find them on Advanced Sim Racing website. Holy cow, I'm drawing a blank. Basically, just Google Advanced Sim Racing, you'll find them. We're gonna play a commercial here in a little bit for them as well. That'll help you really find them. But as the field rolls out for heat race number 2, go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup for this one. On the inside of row number 1, Tanner Pettit in the 24, and to the outside, Ty Schogelach in the 17. Row 2, Dylan Ayler and Sean English. Good to see Sean English back out here with us. Larry Moody in the 73. How you doing, Larry? And Scott Thomason in the 6. Lights are out on the pace truck. It's going to hit pit road this time. Here we go. Pettit grabs the throttle, gets a big jump. Shoblock got caught napping. The 24 goes into turn one unchallenged. Sean English gonna feed a little bit of right front to Shoblock. And Ty falls to fourth place just like that. Ty under pressure now from the 73 of Larry Moody. Moody all up on the inside lane. Shoblock defending against that, and Ty really just has to reset himself right here and just try and start running his own race. Regain some lost ground as he closes in on the 92 of Dylan Naylor. Pettit, your race leader, Sean English second. A little bit of separation between first and second. Right now, this is the main battle on the racetrack. Shoblock trying to claw back some lost ground. Very hard to pass on the inside contact with the 17 and 92, but hard to pass on the inside here at Knoxville when this track is juiced up like it is right now. That outside lane really builds a lot of momentum. '17 tucks in behind the 92. On board with Sean English in the 960 as he is closing in on Tanner Pettit. Closing in is one thing, but I don't know if English is going to have enough to get around Pettit. And English making a move here, diving down to the inside. Slider coming up. Sean English with a slide job for the lead. Pettit fights right back. English down to the inside. They're going to get the white flag this time around. Sean English takes over the top spot for the moment. Final time through 1 and 2. Slide jobs are happening. English on the bottom now. Into turns 3 and 4. Heat race number 2 is going to go to Tanner Pettit in the 24. Sean English coming up just a little bit short. Ayler third, Shoblock fourth. Everyone gonna make it to the A main here tonight as we only had 18 drivers, so 3 heat races of 6. Move on to heat race number 3. I don't know about y'all, but I will never forget the first time I pulled up to Knoxville and I came down that street in the background there, and I was moving from left to right as we were going to pit road, or I should say the pit entrance. Just a little kid, and I'm going, the racetrack is literally right off of a street? What? It's my first time seeing a racetrack like that. My first time getting to see Knoxville. A lot of first times that night. Never gonna forget it. Also, that first time, that wall in 1 and 2 wasn't as high as it was now. All right, they are rolling out, so let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup for our third and final heat race of the night. Kenny Hoffman, Tyler Schell on the front row. Connor Dudek, Dustin Sargent, row number 2. Row 3, Ashton Mueller and Tanner Miller. Oh, T. Millie. How you doing, T. Millie? On the final row here tonight. So, that being said, let's get these boys fired up and send them off to do battle in our third and final heat race of the night. Pace truck down. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Hoffman to the race lead. Shell tucks in into second place into his tire tracks. 3 wide behind them. Mueller, Sargent, and Dudek going after it. Mueller, oh my goodness, making contact with Sargent. Sargent touches the wall a little bit. Oh, slice and dice for third. Meanwhile, Shell trying to put some pressure on Hoffman. Slide job for the race lead. Hoffman and Shell doing battle now side by side, trading sliders here at Knoxville. Seven laps to go. Hoffman holding on to the race lead. Shell back into second place. Mueller third. Sargent fourth. Dudek in fifth. And Tanner Miller in sixth. We go on board with Dustin Sargent. As Sargent rides around in fourth place. Things happen fast here at Knoxville. Shell can't quite make his way around Hoffman. Gonna have 3 laps to go this time at the start-finish line here in heat race number 3. Shell taking a peek to the inside. Can't quite make it work. Hoffman making that car very wide. Shell gonna take advantage of it this time down the back stretch. Slide job for the race lead. Hoffman gonna respond. Hoffman gets into Shell, and around goes Shell. And oh my goodness, Tyler Shell never took his foot off the throttle. Keeps that engine running. Unfortunately, he's in 6th place, but man, what a save by Tyler Shell. I don't think he ever lifted. I think Tyler Shell kept his foot in it all the way around. But here we go. Checkered flag in the air. Kenny Hoffman picks up the win. Mueller, Sargent, Dudek, Miller, and Shell for heat race number 3. All right, so as our drivers head into a warm-up session, we're going to step away for a quick break. Once again, I do want to thank Joey Lingrun, Finishline Race Designs, and Advanced Sim Racing. With that being said, guys, we'll be right back after this.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Once again, I want to say thank you very much for joining us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to thank our sponsors, Finishline Race Design, Advanced Sim Racing, and Joey Lingrun Photography. Just 2 A mains left in the season, and we are preparing for one of our final ones here at Knoxville. Next week, we'll wrap this season up at the dirt track at Charlotte. I hope you guys will join me for that one. It was a good time to go to Charlotte. Here at Knoxville, I'll tell you what, this is the sprint car capital of the world. Everybody comes to Knoxville. One way or another, if you have a sprint car, you find a way to Knoxville. So our 18 drivers here tonight have been working this track in. So far, Ty Schoblock has the fastest lap here in our warm-up session, with about a minute left to go before we roll out for tonight's A main. Last chance to make some changes and make some speed, or maybe just overthink something and create an issue that you end up chasing your tail on. I have done that plenty of times, not only in iRacing, but in real life, so yeah. So before this one fires off, let me know who you think is going to win here tonight. Let me know who you are cheering for, and by golly, you better make it loud, because, well, I can't hear you if you don't make it loud. There's way too many race cars in my ears. So here we go. Let's get right into it as they begin to line up on the grid for tonight's A main. On the inside of row number 1, that is the 49 of Ryan Avila, picking up that heat race number 1 win. To his outside, that is Tanner Pettit in the 24. Row 2, gonna see Kenny Hoffman in the 11, our 3rd heat race winner, and Aiden Forrester to his outside. Row 3, Sean English in the 960, and Ashton Mealer in the 5. Row number 4, the 40 of Chase Stewart in the 92 of Dylan Ayler. Connor Dudek and Josh Whiteman gonna make up row number 5. Row 5, 4, 3. No, that's the wrong way, KR. Row 4, 3. No, 4, 5. Row 6, Ty Schoblock and Dustin Sargent. Row number 7, Wyatt Schuart and Larry Moody. Row 8, going to be Tanner Miller and Cody Bodie. And then our final row here tonight, Scott Thomason and Tyler Schell in the 85. As we got Dirt 20 Racer cheering for Forster in the 20, except for, I didn't hear you say that. You should probably try to do it again, but louder. Let's let that caps lock fly. I mean, come on. When's the last time you whispered at a racetrack? Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. Ryan Avila, Tanner Pettit on the front row, down the back stretch. As a driver, I'm telling you right now, this is one of the more painful times to be in the race car, because you're full of butterflies, you're full of everything that's about ready to happen, and you've thought it all through, And now it's just time to put the hammer down. Here we go, green flag out. And we are underway for tonight's A main. Avila to the early race lead. Pettit, Hoffman, Forster, and Mueller top 5, but holy cow, 3-car battle for second place. There you go, Dirt Racer. Now I can hear you loud and clear. 1425 said something, but I can't hear 1425. Gotta be loud here in this one, guys. Gotta be loud. Avila to the race lead. Hoffman, meanwhile, working to the inside. Kenny Hoffman trying to take over second place. He gets it done. Hoffman to second. Working that middle of the racetrack. Doing a great job. That car looking very stuck to the ground. Pettit, Mueller, and Forster rounding out your top 5. Oh, and Mueller squeezes through. Ashton Mueller made that outside lane work. He is on a mission. How about this? Ashton Mueller finding some speed. And he is wound up. Mueller to third. Forster, Pettit falling to 4th and 5th. And now we got 4 wide down the front stretch. These guys are all mixing it up. So Ashton Mueller found something. Everyone else now trying to compensate. And Mueller gets into the wall hard. That's going to slow his momentum down. And Mueller falls to 5th. Caution flag comes out. Aiden Forster in trouble. So problems for the 20. He and Sean English make contact. English goes up and over. Dylan Ayler involved, and a broken right front on Aiden Forster. Off the nose of Larry Moody. Whiteman getting into the fence as well. So the 20 gonna rejoin this race. So Forster back out there, or Forster, sorry. Forster back out there. Avila in the 49, in control of the field. Lights are out on the Silverado. They're gonna pull down to the infield this time. Our first caution of the night. Wrapped up, here we go. Green flag back up and into the air. Abla to the top spot once again. Hoffman trying down on the bottom lane. Hoffman gonna lose 2 spots here maybe. Mueller trying to test that wall once again down the back stretch. Tanner Pettit into second. So it's Abla, Pettit, Hoffman, Mueller, Stewart, your top 5. Stewart down on the bottom of Hoffman. And Mueller continuing to run that ragged edge. That poor right rear tire on the sidewall has got to be bleeding some air. Tyler Schell, meanwhile, from the tail end of the field, up 12 spots. Here he is knocking on the door of the top 5. Tyler Schell working very hard to get back into this one. Ian Hoffman made contact at the white flag for heat number 3, and that put Schell at the tail end of that one. That means he had to start all the way at the back end of the field. Meanwhile, Hoffman, English, and Stewart going at it, and Schell into the top 5. Schell now trying to figure out how to deal with Mueller as Mueller slides up to the high side, gets a good run up off the corner, and oh my goodness, they almost come together down the front stretch. 21 laps to go, and Schell and Mueller battling it out. Meanwhile, Abla and Pettit running 1 and 2. Schell into 3rd. Tyler Schell driving like a man possessed. And caution flag comes out. 2nd yellow flag of the night. Sargent and Forster involved. Let's take a look here at this one. Sargent in the 77, Forster in the 20, and Ayler getting out of shape, and Forster turned the wrong direction. Sargent with nowhere to go. Off the nose of Forster. Take one more look here. So while we have a moment, let's take a look at our point standings as we just have our final 2A mains left in this Spring 410 Sprint Series. Tanner Pettit comes in as our race leader. Tyler Schell 2nd, 3rd, Aiden Forster. Forster going to have some issues here tonight. Big time loss for him as he is pulled back onto pit road. Not sure if that car is going to be able to make it out there in time as the lights have gone out on the Silverado. But Avila 4th and Hoffman rounding out your top 5. Silverado pulls down. Green flag out once again. The 49 and the 24 going to resume battle. Avila to the high side. Pettit down on the bottom. Pettit with a good run this time. Tanner might make something happen here. Tanner to the race lead, but the 49 battles right back. Tyler Schell into 3rd. How much more does that race car have? Can Tyler Schell go from last place, starting this A-main in 18th? Can he come away with the race win? Here comes Tyler Schell in the 85. Down on the bottom, challenging for 2nd. Caution flag out one more time. Yellow flag in the air, this one for Hoffman and Miller. And let's back this up and see what happened. Miller and Hoffman make contact, and it looked like a broken Jacobs ladder on the 11, because that 11 just rocketed straight to the outside wall. Take another look here. We're on board with Hoffman. That is a broken race car from top to bottom. On board with T. Millie. So our third caution for the night. Here we go once again. Pace truck down and away. Green flag is back out as our third caution comes to a close. 16 laps to go in this one. Avila, who has led from the get-go, gets a good jump. Pettit cannot challenge this time. Tyler Schell made a tremendous charge, but now it looks like the track has changed. And everyone taking advantage of what he found very early. This field has shifted down to the bottom lane. Only one car on the high side, and that is Avila, and he might lose it here as Pettit is working the bottom. Tanner Pettit to the inside. Could this inside lane start to be a little bit faster here? Good run off of 4. Tanner Pettit in the 24 takes over the race lead with 13 laps to go. Tyler Schell still working the bottom lane as well. Avila hasn't moved off of the top shelf. Man, I'll tell you what, that bottom lane, driving the inside lane is like having a 9-to-5 kind of job. And ripping the lip on the outside is like you just come in and be a superhero for 5 minutes and then bail out. Just an amazing feeling in that high side. So Avila stuck up there. He's starting to make some ground, starting to make it work a little bit more. Schell's made it up to third, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to advance too much further with 10 laps to go. Meanwhile, we got a rat's nest behind. Dudek, Stewart, English, all these guys right here. English in fourth, Dudek fifth. We go on board with Sean English. And yellow flag is out one more time. This one for Cody Bodie. Let's see what happened to him. Bodie in that blue and white number 1. Contact down the backstretch, gonna send him around. He and the 6 get together. That's Scott Thomason in the 6. Thomason brushing the cushion, or I'm sorry, the berm on the inside, washes up and right into Cody Bodie. Lights are out on our Chevy Silverado. Fourth caution of the night. Coming to a close, pace truck down and away. Ryan Avila, Tanner Pettit, Tyler Schell, to the throttle we go once again. Avila still running tough on that outside lane. Tanner Pettit in the 24, still working the bottom. Now Schell has gone back to the high side. Maybe he is finding something there once again. But these guys kind of switch it up a little bit. You have to pass them where they are not. Schell in the second. For the moment. Pettit still holding on to it. Ooh, close racing here as that bottom lane has really gone away and they are all moving up to the top shelf. Great battle for second place, and this is all that Ryan Avila wants to see with 4 laps to go. That's going to give him some breathing room. Meanwhile, Schobolak and Mealer going at it. And Schobolak in trouble, hard into the outside wall. Keeps the wheels down, and Schobolak grabs some throttle and gets rolling. Gonna have 2 laps to go this time by. Schell and Pettit still not done battling. White flag one more time around. Our race leader, Ryan Avila, has tried to lead every lap, survived a short challenge from Tanner Pettit on a restart, and now through 3 and 4 makes his way off of turn number 4 and into victory lane. Ryan Avila, our race winner. Tyler Schell in the 16 with an outstanding drive, coming from 18th place to finish in second. Tanner Pettit rounds out the podium with a top 3. Rest of our results: Connor Dudek finishing in 4th, Chase Stewart 5th, Aiden Forster making it back out there, and a great recovery for Aiden as well. He brings it home in 6th. 7th goes to Tanner Miller. 8th, Ashton Mealer. Sean English, 9th. 10th, Josh Whiteman. Larry Moody in 11th. 12th goes to Shobalak. Dylan Ayler in 13th. 14th, Wyatt Schuart. Dustin Sargent, 15th. 16th, Kenny Hoffman. Cody Bodie, 17th. And Scott Thomason in 18th spot. So now let's move on to the rest of our post-race show. And let's start talking to our top 3 finishers, and let's begin with our race winner, and that is none other than the 49 of Ryan Avila. Ryan, outstanding job. That 49 pretty much led everything you could lead.
Yeah, clean sweep there, so that's pretty good. But no, that's a good racetrack right there. 2 lines. Never really did give up on the top, so just had to cut down 1 and 2, and then kind of strung it out in 3 and 4, and it worked out for me pretty good.
Well, man, an outstanding race here at Knoxville. Just 1 left race in the season now. So how do we tackle this next race coming up at Charlotte?
I think just the same way, just kind of not give up mentality. I did not expect to go quick time this week, so maybe hope for the best next week. But Charlotte's just like Knoxville. I think it kind of springs out just like that, and if you don't hit it, you're going to be pretty off pace. So just put the laps in during the week and see how we can kind of catch up and see how far we can get through.
All right, man. Well, nice job here tonight. Picked up the race win with an outstanding run from start to finish. Shout outs, thank yous, anything you need to say?
I got to thank Tanner and Aiden. Tanner for building the setups, and Aiden just being there every week, just as a team, helping out. And SpeedShot51.com, Momentum Sim Sport, Verdict Clothing, and 1425 Photography.
All right, man. Well, nice job, and we look forward to seeing you in Victory Lane once again next week.
Thank you.
That is Ryan Avila, our race winner here tonight. But now let's move on to our second place finisher. But not only did he finish in second place, but he is also tonight's hard charger, Tyler Shell. Holy cow. Nice job, man.
Thank you. I guess I got to start in the back more often. Lights a fire, I guess. That's two from the back that I had a chance at winning. So maybe if next season, if we don't have heat race points, I might have to do the back road challenge every week.
Well, I'll tell you what, the charge that you had, like we saw your issue, you and Hoffman getting together at the white flag in heat race number 3. You come out on the losing end of that, but then maybe you lost that battle, but you definitely won the war.
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely made me a little, I guess, angry, maybe. Just maybe more focused. That's probably what it did. It made me more focused so I could hit the bottom better and drive better. But yeah, I ran a good race. About lap 15 or so, I thought I had the race, like it was in my hands, and just the cautions maybe didn't fall the right way. Maybe it should have went green. Maybe could have played bigger of a factor. But all in all, it's good to race with the Speed Shop boys. Every league they're in, they're 1, 2, 3. So to be able to beat some of them and be right there with them, that definitely is a good feeling.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Shout out, thank yous. Anything you need to add?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for broadcasting. It'd be fun to go back and watch it. Other than the heat race won't be so enjoyable, but the future will be. And then it's like everyone at Ice is up and Chad and the boys that Chad uses hard-earned money and time every week to put this on for us. It's very cool and very appreciative. Always participate in his leagues and give him support. And then my personal sponsors, More Than Tires, M9 with Trevor. He builds ripper setups, as you can see, and then Flow Racing, and then Elves Up Sim Sport.
All right, man. Well, nice job once again. Congratulations. Second place and tonight's hard charger.
Thank you.
All right, that is Tyler Shell. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's move on to our third and final step of the podium, and that is none other than Tanner Pettit in the 24. Tanner, congratulations on third place, man.
Thank you.
Hard fought racing out there. That number 24 kind of looked like you maybe had something for the race leader on a restart, but then another yellow flag takes it away.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't a fan of that last yellow. Me and Ryan were kind of side by side, and I would get ahead of him one lap, he would get me the next, and it was really even racing. Once that yellow came out, I felt like the bottom was just a little bit worse, and kind of gave the advantage to Ryan, and that kind of let Shell go, but it's kind of how it goes, and I'm proud of Ryan for getting it done.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was great watching you guys all night long. Your heat races, the A main, all this. You guys, you and Ryan really getting after it.
Yeah, that was an absolute blast there. Knoxville can get very single file very easily, but Chad had the track dialed up tonight, and it was racy really all night. That was an absolute blast.
All right, man. Shout outs, thank yous. Anything you need to add?
Yeah, I'd just like to thank most of all Aiden and Ryan on Momentum Sim Sports, SpeedShot51.com, Trackside Collective, Jimmy P Tools, Sure Competition Esports, Joey Linger Photography, and Vertic Clothing. And you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Chad for putting on the lead. Can't thank you guys all enough.
All right, man. Well, nice job. Absolutely enjoyed the show that you helped put on here tonight. Congratulations on third place.
Thank you.
That is Tanner Pettit, our third and final step of the podium tonight. So that is going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Just one more race to go in the season. That one happening at Charlotte next week, and we will crown a champion then. So until next time, y'all stay safe, have a good night, and thank you oh so much for watching.